Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let's start with the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasukhanam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasyaadilakshya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, let's go through the disclaimers. Security measures: no photography, video, audio recording. Important cautions: please be aware of the important cautions. What is spa manifestation? Let's hear from Bhagwan himself explaining what is spa manifestation.
All the 25 states of consciousness, when they happen in you, due to your chemicals and hormones ups and downs, it is powerlessness. When it happens in you, out of your free will and consciousness, it is powerfulness. That's all. When you fall into sleep, it is powerlessness. When you enter into sleep, it is powerfulness. When you fall into dream, it is powerlessness. When you decide to dream, it is powerfulness. So I've added the ultimate powerfulness, Turiyatita, in your whole being and doing. Manifest all the powers. Understand, power manifestation is nothing but cognitive shift. It is not work. It is cognitive shift. Understand? It is just cognitive shift. It's not work. Work is a 4-letter word. Power manifestation is cognitive shift. Playing with life. Playing with being alive. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence. All these three has no boundary. You are one with it. You are alive in everything. Everything listens to you. Everything decides as you want. Power manifestation is cognitive shift, raising your frequency, not work.
Now let's understand who is Paramashiva. Bhagwan himself has beautifully explained the Paramashiva in all of us.
Paramashiva does manifestation, maintenance, rejuvenation, pulling out of delusion, and liberation. He resides in his supreme Paramashiva Swarupa as Ajomuha, Radhomuha, unborn, beyond form, formlessness, is Paramashiva Swarupa. That Paramashiva Swarupa manifests with these 5 faces as Sadashiva, Tatpurusha, Vamadeva, Ahora, Satyojata, Ishana. 5 faces he manifests and does the Panchakritya, Srishti, manifestation, Sthiti, sustenance, Samhara, rejuvenation, Trobhava, pulling out of delusion, Anugraha, liberation. Understand? He does all these 5 jobs. Through these 5 phases. Now listen carefully. Tatpurusham, Vamadevam, Satyojatam, Ahoram, Ishanam. These 5 phases does Panchakrityas. Each phase, each dimension is not just one F-A-C-E phase, P-H-A-S-E phase. It's not just F-A-C-E, P-H-A-S-E. Understand? The creation, not just creation getting created, even sustenance need to be created, destruction need to be created, and pulling out of delusion need to be created, liberation need to be created. Then creation, manifestation need to be maintained. Maintenance, sthiti itself need to be maintained. Destruction, samhara, the rejuvenation need to be sustained, maintained when it is happening. Pulling out of delusion, trubhava, need to be maintained when it is happening. And anugraha, liberation, need to be maintained when it is happening. Those micromilliseconds when it is happening. So understand, Satyojata Murti as 5 phase, Ishana Murti as 5 phase, Vamadeva Murti as 5 phase, Agora Murti as 5 phase, Tatpurusha Murti as 5 phase. So, Tatpurusha Murti as is 5 phase. Agora Murti has his five face. Vamadeva Murti has his five face. Satyojata Murti has his five face. Ishana Murti has his five face. All these five Murtis, five faces put together is 25 faces of Mahasadashiva.
Bhagavan beautifully explained Paramashiva. Now, who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam? Let's hear from Bhagavan himself. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is a reviver of Kailasha, the ancient Enlightenment civilization, the great cosmic borderless nation. Is an avatar from and is a supreme pontiff of Hinduism. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has made science of our manifestation, yoga, temple-based university for humanity, Sovereign Order of Kailasha, led by His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, and Nithyananda Order of monks, nuns, Hindu diasporas, are working for global peace to give superconscious breakthrough to humanity. Nithyananda Hindu University, world's largest with extended campus in 150 countries, is collecting, organizing, preserving, time capsuling, decoding, spreading, and reviving 20 million source books of Hinduism and 64 sacred arts, science like Ayurveda, music, dance, sculpting, astrology, Vastu, and many more. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is 293rd Guru Sannidhanam of Shamalapita Sarvanyapita, ancient apex body of Hinduism and present emperor of Suryavamsa Surangi Swamrajyam. His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, has survived the worst prosecution of multiple assassination attempts on person and character by anti-Hindu elements. Beautifully, Bhagavan now explains who is His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Everything is infinitely powerful. You realize your potentiality. You establish yourself in the completion, space of completion. You are God, that's all. All of us are gods. First experience is that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degree. I realized not only I was able to see, I was able to feel, experience the skin of the stone on rock on which I was sitting, the skin of this body. Both carry me equally. In both I exist equally. Sangha is a place where the tattvas are taught to you, and till it becomes satya, you are supported. Akhadas are basically founded by Sadashiva himself. All is ganas, Shiva ganas. Exactly the word gana means. In your length, breadth, depth, if you are filled by Shiva, you are Shiva gana. All the Shiva ganas form the first Akhada. Later on, much later, Kapila Muni organizes Mahanirvani Akhada. Then all other Akhadas. As Mahamandaleshwar of Mahanirvani Akhada, the oldest apex body of Hinduism, I welcome every one of you. teaching is from original Agamas Yogapada. The science very clearly declares, Sadashiva is very clear, manifestation of these powers happen when you experience oneness with Sadashiva. When you choose your guru, the best thing is find a person who is enlightened, experienced, who can play with energy, who can directly transmit experience to you, and who is in tune with the original Shastras, the source of the knowledge. All the revealed scriptures available about the yoga directly by Sadashiva for you to do research, study, practice, question the people who teach.
The science of power manifestation is a gift to the humanity, which is authentic, time-tested, scientific, and foolproof. Diksha, or the initiation from His Divine Holiness, Nithyananda Paramashiva makes the science directly an experience for the initiates. The experience is directly authenticated by the Pramanas. The Shastra Pramanas, the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures, the Veda and Agamas. The Apta Pramanas, the experience of the Rishis, Munis, Ganas, Nayanamars, Alvars, and Siddhars, who are the authority of Hinduism, who have scientists who time tested and verified the science of power manifestation. The Atma Pramanas are the avatar who land on the planet Earth to give a superconscious breakthrough to humanity. His Divine Holiness Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, this millennium's avatar, personal experience of power manifestation. Shakshi Pramanas, or the experience of the millions of disciples, devotees, and followers initiated into the science of power manifestation by Bhagavan himself. Pratyaksha Pramanas, or the scientific studies which can be measured, measuring the effect of being in the enlightened state.
Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati for the power of Ashta Maha Shakti, increasing the weight of the object, Garima power. Now powerful cognition from Bhagavad Gita Satsangs. Bhagavan narrates, we create pain and pleasure through association with powerlessness. Through conditioning, we create greed and fear through association, our root patterns. Our conditioning, muscle memory and biomemory creates pain and pleasure. Light and darkness, good and bad, right and wrong are based on the root patterns, our inadequate conditions. The civilized education and refinement tells us that a person dressed in a particular manner is acceptable in society and another dressed differently is not. No scriptures ever said that one person is inferior to another. All scriptures affirm that every human being is a spiritual being. All of us carry the seed of the divinity in us. When you complete with everything, animate and inanimate, you will experience the space of non-duality, Advaita. Relationships are nothing but your own extension. Relationships are not outside. They are just your own extension. you extend outside, you are your relationship. Completing with all your extension, you learn to complete the incompletion you present in others. Your negative conditioning disappears, and from the space of completion, all that one can see is the divinity in others, the space of non duality, Advaita. Bhagavan so beautifully says the powerful cognition. Others are nothing but a reflection of us, and when we complete with them, we complete with ourselves, and that space, non duality, is Advaita. With this, let's go to the Shastra Pramana.
From the Shiva Samhita 5.76 to 7a. Maranam ghādyate tena sakenapi na ghādyate tasya syat paramasiddhe animadi guna prada vayussannachadate dehe rasavriddhir bhaved dhruvam आकाशपनकजगल्पीयूषमपि बध्यते मरणं खाद्यते तेन सकेनापि न खाद्यते तस्य स्यात् परमासिद्धिर् अनिमादिगुणप्रदा वायुः सनचरते देहे रसवृद्धिर्भवेत् ध्रुवम् आकाशपनकजगलप्तीयूषमपि वर्धते.
Power of consciousness over matter, Mahima power, and Ashtama Siddhi power. This is from Shiva Samhita 5.7678. Bhagavan Paramashiva says, death is eaten by him. He is eaten by none. He manifests the highest powers such as Ahima, Lahima, Mahima, etc. The Vayu, the wind energy, moves equally throughout his body. The juice of his body also are increased. Rasa Vriddhi, the nectar exuding from the eternal lotus, also increases in him. The Shastra Pramanas are the eternal, unchangeable truth revealed in the source scriptures. Here, Bhagavan beautifully says, death is eaten by him. When we are born itself, the alarm clock is set for the death. It starts ticking. Only what we have time is now to realize beyond the death what space is available for us. Here Bhagavan says the beautiful space occurs when we understand every one of them, each and every one of them is a reflection of us. The root patterns that we experience is a reflection in others what we see. If we have somebody we see as confusion, we see one person as frustration, one person as a chaos, one person as happy, all that is a reflection of us creating that world for ourselves. So beautifully he says, when you complete with them, you complete that pattern in you. The root pattern just dissolves in you, and more you complete with everybody. Understanding you are the source of creating that pattern in them. A person can be so violent, but to you he'll be so beautiful. Bhagavan so beautifully said, Buddha met this Angulimala, who is a serial killer. 999 lives he has murdered and taken their thumb and made a mala. He comes to Buddha to make one more, to make it 1,000. And because the space of Buddha, there is nobody violent. So he cannot create a violent person. He created only a Atman, a conscious person. So when he came into the space of Buddha, Buddha said, "Oh, my dear friend," that's all. Just uttered 2, 3 words, and simply the Angulimala became his disciple and started following him to the core with same intensity. Such a beautiful space happens when you are in that space. It is not about others. There is no other others. Bhagavan beautifully says. It is all in us. Anybody occurring in any other way is only a reflection of who we are occurring in our space. Only if it is there in our inner space, everybody will occur in that space for us to manifest that reality. If you are sweet inside, there cannot be somebody coming and shouting outside. It is only because we have some frustrated pattern or depression inside, which is getting reflected outside as vengeance, anger, screaming at, shouting at you. All that happens is only because something inside you has that part of you. There is no other person other than you. Everything else, the way you perceive, is in your dream. How in dream we create different personality. In your dream, you're there, your mom is there, your brother is there. In your brother's dream, you're there, mom is there, brother is there. Mother's dream, mom is there, brother is there, you're there. So in 3 places in a dream, you are existing, you are dreaming, you are creating a version, your mother's creating a version, your brother's creating a version. All the version sounds correct according to the whole. So each one has a version of everybody and suffocating with that version. Bhagavan says, complete with that part, you will have the whole person with you. Otherwise, we are always completing incompletion and complaints and frustrations and all the problems that we face with everybody. If we understand everybody is a whole, is a divine, when you come to the conclusion you are divine, then only you see the divinity in others, not in anger, not in frustration, not in laziness, boredom, tiredness, nothing. You see only the divinity happening in other person because you are Paramashiva. The more you establish the Paramashiva, Bhagavan says you will fall into the space of Advaita. You will be in the space of Advaita with everybody. You will see everyone as Paramashiva, nothing other than Paramashiva. Such a sweet, such a deep, such a loving space that Bhagavan is describing here, how we have to have relation with the whole world, with ourselves, with our friends, with our family, and making more and more teamly happen in such a wonderful space from the space that they are created from my patterns. If I complete it here, they will be very beautiful to me. With that powerful cognition, let's go to the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana are the authorities of Hinduism, the Vedic rishis, Munis, Nayanamar, Alvas, who time tested and verified the signs of manifestation, power manifestation. Here Satyavrata, the king of the pre-ancient Dravida and a devotee of Vishnu, who later was known as Manu, was washing his hand in the river when a little fish swam into his hand and pleaded him to save its life. He put it in a jar, his Kamandalu, and in which soon outgrew, and he moved into tank to river, finally the ocean, but to no way ill. The fish then revealed himself to be Vishnu and told him to a deluge would occur within 7 days that would destroy all the life, and he has to make a ship and carry everyone in that ship, and Manu and everybody will be saved. The source is from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 24, text 10 to text 30. So beautifully here, how the whole fish revealed to him the great rishis to tell what is going to happen in future and how the whole fish grew into such a huge thing for him to understand there is a calamity and he will take it seriously when Matsya shows the reality for him, how it is. With that beautiful cognition, let's go to the Atma Pramana. This fish told Manu that the end of the Kali Yuga was mere man who lived in the bottom of the ocean who would open her mouth and release the poison fire. This very fire will burn the whole universe, God's constellation, everything, and 7 clouds of doomsday would then flood the earth until everything was a single ocean. Therefore, the fish instructed Satyavrata or Manu to make an ark to take all the medical herbs, all the varieties of seeds, accompanied with 7 saints, along with the serpent, Vasuki, and also the animals. As the time of the flood approached, Manu's ark was complete and the flood swept over the land. Manu asked Vishnu why mankind had to meet such a deadly fate, to which Matsya Vishnu told Manu that he was the only moral man alive and that he would be the father of the future generation of men. Matsya killed Hayagreva and returned the Veda to Brahma. Then he tied himself to the Manu's ark using Vasuki as a rope and protected them from the storm and the floods. When the storm ended and the water subsided, Matsya Vishnu left Manu and others at Himalayas where they could begin human civilization again. Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana are Bhagwan's Leela, account from his life, Bhagwan's life, which is time tested and verified. And he himself narrates for us his experience for us to have a breakthrough.
Religious organization, forget about Hindu organization, religious organization. I can say organization. See, organization started from religion. The idea of organization is originated from religion. The idea of religion is originated from Hinduism. So, if this is the world's most ancient Hindu organization, I can say this is the first organization on the planet Earth. Please understand, this is world's oldest organization. This organization has 2 history. One prehistoric period, another one recorded history. Recorded history, no doubt, no problem. The facts are there. I'll present it as it is. I'll read from the Akashic records and give you all prehistoric informations also. I'll give you all the prehistoric informations about the whole Adinam and the whole tradition. I can say this will be the comprehensive history of Hindu religion, comprehensive history and philosophy of Hindu religion. This organization is created directly by the first incarnation of Shiva, Sundareshwara, an incarnation of Devi, Meenakshi. Please understand, even the word incarnation is not exactly right, because incarnation means you assume, superconsciousness assumes human body and comes out. But Sundareshwara and Meenakshi did not live in any mother's womb, did not assume human body in a usual way, how we all have assumed human body. Meenakshi straight walked out of the Homagni, sacred fire, as a 3-year-old child. She did not stay in mother's womb and come out in a usual way. She just reduced her frequency from the Akashic layer, the sky, the space, straight to the physical level. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, there are 5 elements: earth, water, fire, air, and space. The beings who are living in the space are enlightened beings, Jivan Muktas, the divine beings. Beings who are living in this body, physical earth, are human beings. Meenakshi did not assume the human body in a normal way. She used fire as a medium. Please understand, fire is a medium. If you put these 2 elements, the earth and water, into fire, it will convert them into air and space. It's a medium, center. You can go from formless to form, or formless to form, or form to formless. From form to formless, you can move through fire. Anything with form offered into fire will be made into formless. Same way, anything formless to assume form has to enter through the fire. That is why I have to use Arunachala, the fire. Fire is a prerequisite for formless to assume the form, for the formless to enter the form. Meenakshi did the same thing. There was a huge sacred fire ceremony, Homa ceremony, which Meenakshi has used. She used that frequency and just entered from formless to form, assumed the human body of 3-year-old child. Please understand, it's a very significant information. Only at the age of 3, the Pratyagatma Chaitanya Jagrata is possible. Your biomemory and brain is matured to feel the individual existence of consciousness. Even in my case, when I assumed the body, means when I took birth, the body was matured equivalent to 3-year-old child. My mother used to say, I was 10 pound weight. Indian village kids, Indian village mothers can never imagine delivering 10 pound child. Because usually Indian village kids, Indian village mothers are malnourished, undernourished. And I am not born in a rich family. I am born in a very middle class family. And there was no special pregnancy care given to my mother, nothing. The moment I was born, my mother said, I was so huge. She felt as if I was inside for 5 years. Because only in 3 years, 3rd year, the body becomes matured. Biomemory becomes matured to feel the individual awakening of consciousness. So Meenakshi straight walked out of the fire as a 3-year-old child, assuming the form. I don't even want to use the word human body, because our human physiology was never a normal physiology. It was never a normal physiology. Of course, there's no question of psychology, but even our physiology was never normal physiology. She just assumed a form, not human body. The first and foremost form of the Supreme Mother, Divine Mother, Meenakshi. See, till her appearance in human plane, there was no monastery or religion, tradition evolved. You may ask, then how did they do the sacrifice? The Homa, it was done by the divine rishis. Human beings were not introduced to the religion, spiritual concepts and truths. It was only for a special divine beings who assume from formless to form, come down, perform these sacred acts, elevate human beings, help human beings temporarily and go back. There was no organized system for human beings to evolve and elevate themselves to the higher level. Meenakshi and Sundareshwara, Shiva and Devi felt the need for an independent system to evolve human beings to the highest possibility, to the highest form of existence or formless existence. So Meenakshi Sundareshwara assumed the form to elevate human beings to the highest form, human beings to the highest existence.
The Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana. Now let's go to Shakshi Pramana. Shakshi Pramanas are the initiated disciple devotees all around the world who have manifested the powers and would like to share their power manifestation. This is for the power of manifesting the power of Ashtama Siddhis. And the power is power of increasing the weight of the object, Garima power. Here, Kailasha Majab is saying, second round can't find the pole. Had a charge, 3 phones, computers, radiators. Maya says she has kept 2 of she's kept the pieces for on the phone with the app, weighing app, and she sees there's an increase from 151 kg to 196 kg. This is in decimals. So beautiful, amazing. And she thanks Swamiji for manifesting these Shaktis through her. With this, let's move to the instruction and Pratyaksha Pramana.
Pratyaksha Pramana, scientific studies what can be measured, measuring the effect of being in enlightenment state. Deadlifting. Powerlifting exercises can be harmful to shoulder, lower back, and knee injuries, from muscle strain, tendons chronic to fractures. The deadlift exercise utilizes the entire posterior chain in the body and is considered one of the most effective full body muscle building exercises. However, deadlifts can pose a risk of spinal damage. Deadlifts place force on the spinal disc, especially when done with heavy weight. If you perform these exercises with a rounded or arched back, the amount of disc compression increases substantially and can result in bulged disc, pinched nerves, or other issues. Preparation and step-by-step personal coaching are necessary for novice who wants to lift heavy weight. Charts are given to indicate the average weight one can lift depending on the gender, height, weight, and level of training. Manifesting powers of Ashta Maha Shaktis, power of increasing the size of others. Mahima, how a adolescent from Nithyananda Gurukul can effortlessly uplift double the weight he should be able to lift for his height, weight, and level of training. Manifesting power of Ashta Maha Shaktis, powers to lift huge weights effortlessly, also known as Lagima, power to make things lighter.
The Shastra Pramana, the direct words of Mahasadashiva, where Sadashiva reveals how this Shakti manifests. It is from the Paushkar Agama, Vidyapada, Patala 6. Lagima shigrage vitvam pankadhavapyamajjanam mahima vyapya cha sthanam brihadendriyadadribihi. You can take on the stage now.
Yes, so first we have Srinivas, who'll be stepping up, and we'll take your weight first and see where you're at, and then we'll compare that number against the lift that you'll be doing. So if you want to just quickly step up and take your weight.
As you can see, Srinivasan Maharaj, a Rudra of the Nithyananda order, is stepping up on the weighing scale, and you will be seeing, as you can see, he is 54.1 kgs.
So 54 kgs. And on the bar, as I mentioned earlier, I got a little excited talking about this, is 115 kgs. And just to put this into perspective, I actually haven't lifted this weight in over 3 years. So what he's going to be doing is something I haven't trained and done in 3 years. And so I'm excited to see this. What he'll be comparing is up against, and again, this is very logical and there's a lot of numbers involved. He's lifting roughly 120 pounds more than somebody that is a beginner, which is completely insane because I'm assuming he hasn't been training. I don't know how long he's been training for, but I don't think he's been training very long. And so 120 pounds more than a beginner he'll be lifting, and he's lifting a weight that I haven't lifted in over 3 years. So I'll let him take this.
So that's great. Srinivasa Maharaj, you can come up in the front. You can see Srinivasa Maharaj is getting into the position. As you can see, Srinivasan Maharaj has lifted.
I don't mean to be a stickler for form and all this, but when it comes to training, form is everything. You're going to get much more power if you have like exact form. And I can say his form was not correct, but it didn't matter. That's what's shocking, is that you were able to somehow muster the strength without having the correct base.
And Srinivasan Maharaj is just 54 kgs and he has lifted over 115 kgs just like that without any effort.
Setting up to increase the weight of the object. Get a camera with a time stand. If you have Jnananjan, wonderful. Have the weighing scale or measuring app with proper tools, accurately measuring the object. Any object like Atmalinga or deity or Rudraksh or any small object that or medium object that you can think of, which you can measure accurately. The weighing scale app that you can use, Android and iPhone, so that if you don't have the weighing scale, you can use it from the app, the Play Store. Which can measure, give you a range of measurement accurately. Please take a few minutes to set up the camera. Download the timestamp app, click on the video, ensure the time is shown on the screen clearly. Be in a place where it is very bright and quiet. The camera should be facing you and the object and the scale readings very vividly and clearly. These are amazing minutes where you're going to record the Shaktis of the power. So don't miss these moments. Guidelines: turn on the video camera, apply the Jnananjan in your third eye, bring your awareness, take your object and weigh it on the scale twice so that the reading is good, or you can weigh it in the phone on the app. If it gives a range, make sure you note the range, and it should be increased 5 to 10 points higher than the range. Gaze intensely at the object in front of you without touching. Through the third eye, change the weight of the object in front of you, increasing it to become heavier. But if you're making it lighter, or you're feeling the heat, or you're feeling Kundalini energy, that's good to start manifesting. But if you can manifest 5 units heavier, 5 pounds heavier, depending on the object, 5 units higher will be the best. Weigh the object again at the end twice. See the changes accurately. Before and after pictures and before and after videos. Verify it authentically and then share with the world and your friends and families. Listen to others' experience of power manifestation.
Power manifestation instructions. Let's sit straight, the head, neck, and back in a straight line, so that beautifully the Kundalini energy raises to the Agnya where the manifestation happens. Usually, our awareness is on Muladhara, Swadhisthana, and Manipuraha, where navel center, your below navel center. Here, bringing the awareness to your third eye and sitting straight will give us amazing possibility of power manifestation. Now let's understand few words that Bhagavan is repeatedly using. Shakti Pada, oneness, be unclutched, initiation. So here first we will see in Bhagavan's words what is Shakti Pada.
Let me give an introduction about what is Shaktipada process. Please understand. You would have seen or heard about how the chicken sits on the egg and hatches. Of course, in the modern countries, this does not happen. Machine sits on the egg and or egg sits on the machine. In those days, originally when hens and chicken were getting produced on the planet Earth, the hen used to sit on the chicken and hen used to sit on the egg and the chicken will come out of the egg. See, same way, Sadashiva sitting means the ultimate cosmic energy sitting on the individual soul and making the individual soul into cosmic energy is Shaktipada. Hen sitting on the egg and making the chicken happen, same way. You may think, how come, what is going on here? That hen is only sitting just by the body heat of the hen, the egg is becoming chicken. Because no surgery is done and nothing goes inside. It's only sitting. Same way, it is just sitting. It's only the presence. The Shaktipada makes the individual soul into cosmic soul.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained Shaktipada, how individual soul becomes cosmic soul. And let's listen to initiation.
You see, let me explain the initiation. Initiation is the process beyond your intellectual understanding. The transmission of lamp happens. Now, you understood something intellectually. There is something which is not understood, which can't be transmitted through the words. That is transmitted. That's what we call initiation. Sometimes I tell people that unless you are initiated, the techniques do not create the result. The reason is you do not grasp completely whatever is expressed through words. Initiation is like it just transmits whatever need to be transmitted beyond logic and beyond words. People ask me, why to wear this bracelet or this mala and all those things. This all will remind you. Why bracelet in the hand? It will remind you, before eating, did you meditate? It's a constant reminder. Before eating, let you be reminded, did you do the meditation? That is why this bracelet. That is why this mala. That is why this external things. Sometimes this external things does a big job of reminding you constantly. That is why take the help of external things also, nothing wrong. People ask me, why we can just be spiritual without having external things? If you can, really you are welcome. But I don't think anybody who speaks in that way is successful. I've never seen people becoming successful avoiding the external things, just having internal things. And it is just a nice way of escaping from yourself.
Beautifully, Bhagavan explained initiation. Let's listen to be unclutched. What is to be unclutched?
The thoughts, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched, because the gap between two thoughts is too small. The neutral space between the two thoughts is too small. You think all the thoughts are connected and it is in the shape form. It is not. By your very nature, every thought is independent, illogical, unconnected, and unclutched. Between every thought, you experience a neutral space. When you change the gear, whether you go from neutral to 1 or 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to whatever gears you may change, but every time you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to the next gear. Even if you want to go from 2 to 3, you have to come to the neutral space. Only then you can go to 3. Same way, between every thought, you experience a neutral space. You experience a neutral space between every thought. Between every thought. That neutral space, that silence is what I call peace or bliss. The peace which exists, the bliss which exists already in you, between every thought, the gap of the thought, the gap between the thoughts, that neutral space is the peace, is the bliss. When you understand you are unconnected, independent, illogical, and unclutched, by your very nature, you will start experiencing the neutral space in you, neutral space which exists in you. You will start living from moment to moment in spontaneity. You need to understand one more thing. This technique of being unclutched, it does miracles in your being. In the body level, or in the mental level, or in the being level. In every level, when you understand the truth, by your very nature, you are unclutched. The tremendous quantum transformation. You take a quantum jump. The transformation happens in quantum, not step by step. Just one jump. You take a quantum jump and experience the truth awakening in you.
The oneness space is the most beautiful space that Bhagavan himself is explaining how we are ferocious. Beyond the tiredness and boredom, we can experience the space of oneness. and be unclutched.
Oneness is not imagination. Oneness is not visualization. Oneness is not even just declaration. It is your existence. An idea which is you is oneness. The idea which has become part of your very space, which does not tire you or bore you by the passage of the time, is oneness. Mahadeva says in the Agama, Sadashiva beautifully explains in the Agama, Kala, Yama cannot tire you or bring boredom to you if something becomes your space. Devi achieved the blissful state and union with Mahadeva on Shivaratri day because our space became oneness. Anything which brings tiredness or boredom has not yet become your space. If living in this body brings you tiredness and boredom, you are not going to be living in this body forever. When that becomes too much, you are going to drop it and move ahead. If you want to be in oneness forever, it should become part of your space, means you should become ferocious with you and break this very tiredness and boredom. Only when you deal you with the ferociousness, you break the tiredness and boredom. With that ferociousness, you need to make oneness as your space. Anything stands as an imagination in the length level, visualization in the breadth level, declaration in the depth level. If you open your time with ferociousness, it just sinks into space level. With this ferociousness, the time layer in you opens, and the oneness from imagination to visualization to declaration, it becomes your space, the way of existence.
The most important, Bhagavan says, being unclutched, understanding the Shaktipada, the oneness space, and chanting the Mahavakya. The Mahavakya, the power of the Mahavakya pushes you into the higher states of consciousness. Here Bhagavan himself explains how we can experience the Shaktipada, raised higher consciousness through Mahavakya.
It's one of the very important revelation by Sadashiva. All the electronic equipments work when the electrons are made to vibrate. That happens by the light. When the electricity is supplied, the light particle vibrates, the electronic equipment starts working. Just like that, the spiritual power and the umbilical cord connection, spiritual umbilical cord connection between you and me, it works with sound particle. For example, my integrity with the cosmos, Sadashiva, Maha Sadashiva, it reverberates in certain level of frequency. When you are integrated to me, you also start reverberating in the same frequency. If your integrity goes down, that is when you start connecting with me only as a manager or this organization head or your Purvashram father, mother. Your connection with me goes down to the lower level if the integrity gets reduced, I was wondering what is the way we can bring people to the higher integrity immediately and the feeling connection. So they start manifesting the powers. They start staying in the space of Sadashivatva. Sadashiva revealed a beautiful sound. I can tell you, this is like a password. At any point, if you are not able to bring yourself to oneness, you are a little shaken, disturbed, or for some reason, you are not able to bring yourself to oneness. This is like a password. You type, whether your mind feels connected or not, the energy will start flowing in you beyond the depth dimension. You see, all mind oscillation, restlessness, all mental idea based feeling connected or not feeling connected is only length, breadth, depth level, not in the space level. But this sound will straight infuse energy from the space level. Like for example, if the power goes off, automatically the generator will get switched on and the power supply will be going on. So end result will not be lost. Whether government power supply or the generator power supply, end result will not be stopped. So whenever you feel little that oneness is, you are not catching it, just feed this password. Immediately the oneness will open up and you will start manifesting the powers, energy, and the whole space will shift. It is directly from Sadashiva. It's a beautiful sound. I don't even want to say it's a mantra. It is not even a mantra because there is no meaning in it. You can't derive a meaning for it. It just flashed like a password for all the initiations I am giving. One single password for all the initiations I am giving. And the initiations I gave, I am giving, I will be giving for all that. This is like one password. Don't even repeat like a mantra. Just feed like a password and it will just open up. Your whole being will open up. Listen carefully. It starts with the vibration Om. Listen and then repeat. Om. Very deep. Om. Nithyananda. Nithyananda. Maha Sadashivoham.
So Bhagavan gave beautiful explanation of how you can be in Shaktipada. Visualize Paramashiva who has come down as Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam from Kailasha. Remembering Paramashiva in your third eye. Again and again, bringing your awareness to your third eye simply makes you manifest powers. Absolute unclutching. How Bhagavan said, the neutral zone, nothing ever touches the screen. Like same way, the movie does not touch the screen, whether it is happening in ferocious or any soft, beautiful, nothing touches the screen. Be unclutched like the screen. And to experience the state of Paramashiva, your inner space being completely unclutched. Complete completion to experience the space of Paramashiva. Inside us, the complete completion happens when we are in tune with Paramashiva. That everything is redundant and irrelevant. The essence of completion is irrelevant. Nothing matters in your life because everything is complete completion. Oneness with Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, in ferocious breaking the boredom and tiredness, just being in the space of oneness with Paramashiva to manifest the powers of Paramashiva. Tyaga as Paramashiva is your only strength, now declaring complete integrity with Bhagavan to experience the being of Paramashiva. How Bhagavan said, chanting the Mahavakya raises your frequency and that is your only strength to manifest any reality. Being in this beautiful space of Paramashiva, you can experience such a beautiful space, state, powers, and becoming the being of Paramashiva, manifesting whatever you want. Now, you'll be manifesting the powers, watching the oneness capsule, and chanting the Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. We'll be playing the Mahavakya and the oneness capsule for you to manifest powers. At end of the Mahavakya, you can start with the verification and sharing and causing. Thank you.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Varni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up. Manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour. Let the Varni open up. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vani open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the power in all our third eye. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
Verify for no video editing on Shakti Avishkarana video. Verify video is not stopped or restarted anywhere in the middle of the process. All videos are verified with the timestamp. All videos should have the wide angle view. Do not touch the object during the power manifestation process. Do not tamper the scale or weighing measure app. Do not add or remove any object to manipulate the readings. Authentically, there should be a 5 to 10 unit increase in the measurement. So that can be vividly seen as power manifestation. Thank you for participating in this power.
We are at the end of the power manifestation, but most important part of the power manifestation. Here, we are going to share all that you have manifested with the social media groups. Here we have Sri Kailasha Kotyar manifesting power groups. Thousands of people are part of that. And you can share there and you can post your powerful cognition and the videos. The link is tinyurl.com/power manifestation. It is at the left corner of the page. You can click on it and you can post your beautiful experience in the power manifestation group. Why sharing and causing is very important part of power manifestation. Bhagavan beautifully explains that sharing is pulling us out of delusion and causing is liberating us. We are the ones who need to start experiencing the higher states of reality, how we need to exist. Beautifully, Bhagavan explains when you are sharing with others the ultimate beautiful multidimensional logic, your brain rewires into the higher space of consciousness, the Turyatita state. Again and again, when you experience even a little bit, you share with the world, your experience becomes reality. Same thing when you cause others to come and get initiated for higher reality, you are caused into the higher purpose, the ultimate reality. Bhagavan says extreme causing, extreme power manifestation is extreme causing. So beautifully he explains how our strength is declared on Paramashiva. The power manifestation happens exactly in tune to that. And sharing with the world, continuously reiterating ourselves the experience that we had from the powerful cognition and manifesting the space of Paramashiva, the state of Paramashiva, the beings of Paramashiva, we become Paramashiva. Go on sharing and causing, which is the most important part of how you have experienced your reality. When you go to a temple, we pray and we see that beautiful experience happen in us, and then share with the world that how amazing the temple experience has manifested as your reality. Same way, when you manifest powers, when you share with the world, it becomes more and more the depth cognition of you, and you will be experiencing more powers. Even if you're manifested very small, it does not matter the quantity, Bhagavan says. The quality is important. If it is authentic, please go ahead and share with the world. Do not doubt, have self-doubt, self-denial, self-hatred come and block anything. Experience the ultimate in deep seeking and gratitude. Bhagavan manifest in you with a deep prayer, that asking Bhagavan to make this reality as your existential reality. With that, let's end with the Purna Mantra, thanking Bhagavan for all these great experience. We have come to the end of the Power Manifestation course, and we end with the Purna Mantra. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purna Purnamadashyate Purnasya Purnamataya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavate Sri Nithyananda Parameshivam Padaka Arpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you for participating in the Jnana Paddhati, Nithyananda Jnana Paddhati course. Please go ahead and select more power manifestation and every day experience the ultimate reality for yourself. Nithyananda.
Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham